The Boston Red Sox just pulled off a shocking move that no one saw coming. They signed Alex Bregman, one of the best defensive third basemen in MLB. But instead of solving their problems, this blockbuster signing just created an even bigger one. Their superstar, Rafael Devers, is not happy about it. He's refusing to move from third base, and his frustration could lead to something no Red Sox fan wants to hear: a blockbuster trade request. And guess which team is already being linked to him? The Los Angeles Dodgers. Could this be the move that shakes up the entire league? Let's break it down. The Boston Red Sox just made a move that absolutely no one saw coming. They've signed Alex Bregman, one of the best defensive third basemen in the game. And while Red Sox fans are ecstatic about landing such a talented player, this blockbuster signing comes with a huge problem, one that could completely alter the course of the season. Here's the situation. Rafael Devers is already locked in at third base for Boston. He's an offensive powerhouse, one of the best hitters in MLB. But when it comes to defense, well, let's just say it's not his strong suit. Meanwhile, Bregman is an elite defender, making him the perfect fit at third. This should be an easy solution, right? Just slide Devers into the designated hitter role and let Bregman take over third base. But there's a big problem. Devers doesn't want to move at all. He's made it clear that he has no interest in giving up his spot at third, and his resistance could create a serious internal conflict for the Red Sox. What started as a simple position change could now escalate into something much bigger. And if things get out of hand, the Red Sox might be forced to make a shocking decision that no one saw coming. What happens when a superstar refuses to adapt? What if Devers starts demanding his way, refusing to embrace the changes the team needs to make? This could easily lead to trade discussions, and that's when things get really interesting. Because if Devers forces Boston's hand, there's already speculation about one potential trade destination that would send shockwaves through the league: the Los Angeles Dodgers. Recently, MLB analyst Zachary Reimer from Bleacher Report made a bold prediction that took everyone by surprise. He suggested that if tensions rise, the Red Sox could actually trade Devers to the Dodgers in a blockbuster deal that would completely change the landscape of the league. And what he proposed is absolutely massive. According to Reimer's prediction, the Dodgers would land Rafael Devers, instantly making their already stacked lineup even more dangerous. In return, the Red Sox would receive a valuable package that includes Max Muncy, Chris Taylor, rising star pitcher Bobby Miller, and one of the Dodgers' top prospects, Alex Freeland. This wouldn't just be any trade, it would be a seismic shift in the balance of power across Major League Baseball. For Boston, this would be a huge return for their superstar. But let's be real, the Red Sox wouldn't even consider making this move unless Devers pushed for a trade himself. However, if the tension between him and the organization continues to grow, things could spiral fast. Now, let's break this potential deal down. From a roster-building perspective, Muncy and Taylor would be fantastic veteran additions for a team that's reworking its identity. But the real prize here is Bobby Miller. This guy has been lights out in recent months, and if he stays healthy, he has the potential to become an elite starting pitcher. And let's not forget Alex Freeland. This kid is ranked as the Dodgers' fourth best prospect and could develop into a real impact player down the line. So yes, on paper, the trade makes sense. But is it realistic? That's where things get tricky. Right now, there's no concrete evidence that Devers is actively trying to force his way out of Boston. Most insiders believe that the Red Sox would only make this move if things truly escalated between Devers and the organization, and that kind of internal tension could take weeks or even months to reach a boiling point. But let's say, just for a moment, that this trade actually happens. What would it mean for the rest of the league? The Red Sox would enter full rebuild mode, but the real story would be the Los Angeles Dodgers. If they were to land Devers, it would be an absolute game changer. Imagine adding one of the best hitters in baseball to an already dominant Dodgers lineup. It would make them even more of a powerhouse, turning them into a nightmare for opposing pitchers and possibly solidifying them as the undisputed favorites to win it all. And you can already picture the reaction from Dodgers fans. If Devers walked into Dodger Stadium wearing that blue and white uniform, the excitement would be off the charts. The hype would be unreal, and opposing teams would have to completely rethink their strategies when facing LA. Now, I know what you're thinking, this sounds crazy, right? But that's the beauty of baseball. Anything can happen. We've seen blockbuster trades shake up the league before, and with this kind of tension brewing in Boston, all it takes is one big moment to change everything. So the real question is, will Devers actually push for a trade? Or will he decide that his best move is to embrace a new role and stay in Boston despite Bregman's arrival? As of right now, nothing is set in stone. But one thing is for sure, this situation is far from over, and we're only just getting started. On paper, the solution seems simple. Bregman, a Gold Glove caliber third baseman, slides in at third, and Devers moves into the designated hitter role. That keeps both of their bats in the lineup, while also significantly improving the Red Sox defense. But there's a big problem: Devers isn't having it. Reports have already surfaced that Devers wants to stay at third base. He's made it clear that he does not want to be a designated hitter, and he's not backing down. He's put in years of work at third, and the idea of being forced into a new role doesn't sit well with him. And this isn't just a minor disagreement, this could turn into a full-blown crisis for the Red Sox. Think about it: what happens when one of your franchise players refuses to change? What if he starts pushing back, demanding to keep his spot at third no matter what? If this situation isn't handled carefully, it could lead to major tension between Devers and the front office. And when that happens, there's one scenario that starts to feel more and more realistic: a trade. That's exactly where things get really interesting. Because if Devers is unhappy and the Red Sox feel they have no other choice, there's already a massive trade rumor floating around. And it involves the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers fans would lose their minds. The excitement would be off the charts, and opposing teams would have to completely rethink their approach when facing LA. Pitching against this team would be a nightmare, and it would put them in an even stronger position to dominate the National League. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's remember this is all just speculation for now. But we all know how quickly things change in baseball. If Devers continues to push back against a position change, if the situation in Boston starts getting tense, and if the front office starts getting frustrated, then this trade could go from rumor to reality faster than anyone expects. Before you go, check out this other video where we break down exactly how Alex Bregman's arrival will impact the Red Sox defense, and what it means for their playoff hopes. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you're as fired up about this situation as we are, smash that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Devers will really demand a trade? Or will he find a way to coexist with Bregman? Let's keep the conversation going.